All right, Mama, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, so we just saw the best Christmas pageant ever,
It was great.
directed by Dallas Jenkins, the dude who does The Chosen. Stars Judy Greer and a whole bunch of other people. You liked it, Mama?
I did. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Thoroughly? What'd you enjoy about it?
I enjoyed the storyline and I enjoyed the actors. I think they chose the right children. And I like that the story was told from the child's perspective. She's an adult now, but
Yeah.
it's from her perspective.
Cool. What else?
And I think it was a lesson for a lot of people, and also something that's applicable for today's world, where we are quick to judge people based on how they look and where they live. And I think this story really resonates with that.
Agreed. I think this is what I got out of it. Let me know what you think. I think this movie could be an interesting evangelism tool in how to reach people who are very, very far from God, the church. I think as Christians, because we're so familiar with the Christmas story, we easily take it for granted because it is so familiar that, what do you do if you meet someone who doesn't know the story? Because it's about, a family of, I think, 6 kids who decide they're going to be in the Christmas pageant and they've never heard the Christmas story before. So they're in church for the first time, they're in this pageant for the first time, and they're hearing this Christmas story. And they're asking what I think to some of us would be like stupid questions, but they're reasonable questions. Why were they in a barn? Stuff like that.
Exactly. If Jesus was so special, why was he treated that way?
Yeah.
And this Herod guy, why are we not taking care of him? Basically, they were asking, why don't we just kill him? Because
why don't we just kill Herod?
Yeah.
And they kept asking, like, in the play, do we do something to Herod? And that was cute. That was cute.
It was. I think they picked the right kids to play those parts. And, what I did not like, I wish that he would have expounded more on those kids' lives. That he left us hanging. What did they have a mom? Did they have a dad? Without giving much away. I wish that, he would have expounded on that.
I agree to an extent. I think because remember, we're hearing this from the child's perspective. So we only know what she knows.
Correct.
And what she knows, they don't know anything about the mother. They just know that there are these, 6 troublemaking kids. So much of what we see of the Herdmans, the troubled family, is from the daughter's perspective and also from the town's perspective. So, but I do wish I had questions like, what about the mom, for instance? And also, the oldest daughter, and clearly she was the mother figure, which is why I think one of the reasons why she was drawn to Mary is that she saw a bit of herself in that story of being so young and taking care of children, but also seeing the differences in that this Mary being portrayed as being sweet and gentle and recognizing that she was not that, and saw the play as an opportunity to be that, to kind of step out of her own comfort zone, her own skin, and be what she considered to be better.
Right.
Which
what the effect that Jesus should have on us is that, we, who we are today should not be the same. If we have an contact with Jesus, we should change.
Right.
Yeah.
Something else I thought was important, I think, for the church to see in this movie is just how we treat people who are not in the church. Especially when we're talking about, this is a play they've been doing for 75 years, and it just was very humdrum and mundane, and it was just tradition, and, they've forgotten the importance of it. I think this movie highlights the importance of the church and what the church can mean to people who are far from God. And for these kids, it was an opportunity to step out of their own miserable lives. It was an opportunity for them to escape and find community. And when we get so wrapped up in what community should look like or what our churches should look like this is what's normal within our church culture.
Correct.
We sometimes don't know what to do with people who don't fit in that culture, but they find themselves at the church doors. Like, how are we supposed to act? How do we treat them? I think just saying, we open arms, I think that's just too broad. I think we need to really dig deep and ask ourselves, well, how would we treat people who aren't just far from God, but who are just different from regular church culture, if that makes sense.
Right. Do away with all those traditions, and not allow it to dictate the behavior, because the behavior for the church was not Christ-like by no means.
But I know you haven't watched The Chosen. I've only seen the first season of The Chosen. But I think the way he did, and I haven't seen theirs, because this is a remake, I believe. I think there's an original film and a story. And I don't know anything about that. But I think it's very on brand for Dallas Jenkins to take the Christmas story and humanize it a bit and make it a little more relatable and put it in a way that it's not just, words on a page, but giving us a realistic depiction of this young woman and her child, like her walking around and burping the baby, doing something that was hilarious.
Hilarious, but it was humanizing. And I think this is a great family film. It's not just for children or just for adults. I think it's a great family film. It's specifically for families that have children. Bring them, come together, because this is a teaching opportunity for the kids to be able to get a better understand of the life of baby Jesus.
Yeah. I think it's also a good teaching opportunity for people who are in children and youth ministries.
Yep.
And what it looks like to share the Bible story or even the gospel with children and with young people, and the obstacles you might face. Because most of it is really just crazy questions that we would just call dumb. Like, how do you approach that? How do you answer those questions? And, what does it mean to be available? Like how they went up to her and asked her, for her library card so they could go to the library and read the Bible and explore it for themselves, and making yourselves available in that way.
I agree.
You agree?
I do.
Yeah. But I thought it was funny.
It had a lot of great humor about it. Totally. Yeah.
That little girl said, "Hurry up!" to the angel.
She was so cute.
With no teeth.
I know. She was snaggy teeth.
When they said, "Can she smile more?" they said, "Oh, she doesn't do that."
She had a parking lot mouth. Like you could just drive straight through and park.
But 1 out of 10, would you recommend?
I would give it a 9.
9? You think a 9?
9 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Yeah.
9 out of 10.
I wouldn't say a 10. I'd give it a 1 out of I'd give it a 9. Definitely.
I think for the genre, I think a 9's not bad. I'd say solid 8. I think this was pretty good.
Yeah, it was very good.
I would
definitely give it a 9. I could even go and see it again.
I would love to watch it again, honestly. Yep.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Love you.